By the way, Sakura, why did you go to Makoto's room and nothing strange had happened yet? Dun dun dun. Did you two have an inappropriate relationship? What would your fans think if they found out you made a move on a boy by sneaking into his room? Or were you there for some other reason? Boo-hoo-hoo! She could barely make a sound, much less scream as her trembling worsened. Monokuma had nothing to gain by cornering Sayaka and toying with her emotions like that. I get something. Try to brave dissent again. He simply wanted to see the young singer fall into despair over her true character. Yep, you were pretty much the first killer. Even though you didn't kill anyone, you were kind of the killer. In a way. And for that reason, Monokuma did not relent. Hey! What were you trying to do to your close friend you've known for the past 2 years? And you even went to school with him in the past before that. Her determination from last night blended with the memories Makoto had recounted and ate away at Sayaka's mind like a disease. As her mind began to rip itself apart, she fell to her knees. A clear ball flying at just under 105 miles per hour struck Monokuma in the mouth with enough force to sink into his face? What is this ball? The speaker in Monokuma's mouth was immediately destroyed as his body rolled into a wall and stopped moving. What is this ball? Sayaka came to her sense. Wait a second. I hate how it skips a page. I think it said a clear white ball. Does that mean it was, the very guy who ends up killing her, that she wanted to kill? Leon? Sayaka came to her senses and looked where the ball came flying from. Let me guess, it's Leon. She saw Leon. Oh, that's so perfect. Breathing heavily as he stared intensely at Monokuma. Yasuhiro grabbed him and yelled, "Oh, dude, why'd you do that, Leon?" Because he has a crush on her. Isn't that right? I believe so. That's why he went to her, that's why he let her in, I believe. Or no, went to her door, didn't let her in. Blech. But yeah, so it's so sad, because he had a crush on her. That crystal ball is really valuable! Oh, it was his crystal ball? I thought he had a baseball or something. Wow, okay. That makes it even more beautiful. Dude! Leon had stolen Yasuhiro's crystal ball and thrown it at Monokuma. That Monokuma bastard was trying to take Sayaka hostage. What was I supposed to do? Dude, that crystal ball cost me $2 trillion! $2 trillion! They don't even print that much money anymore! Oh, bullshit! Besides, if the world is all screwed up, what the hell are you gonna need money for anyway? But if it's safe out there, I'll just join the major leagues or whatever and pay you back! Well, I could pay you back doing something else besides baseball. He's not a fan. Learn more about Leon would be cool, because, you know, we knew him so little. As those two argued, Sayaka fell to her knees. Hey! Shouted Leon running toward her. Sayaka, are you okay? God, this is so sad. Because, like, oh, man. Freaking, oh, Leon. Oh, I'm sorry, Leon. I feel more sad for Leon than I do for Sayaka. She looked at him and stared blankly. And she's totally like, yeah, I was totally planning on killing him. Oops. Leon. She had made up her mind and she raised her head as she said, there's something I need to confess to you later. What? Seriously? He's thinking about her confessing to him, but not that kind of confession. Sayaka was staring at Leon so intensely that he briefly forgot about the current situation. She's so into me. It's not quite like that, Leon. Not just to you, but to Makoto and the others too. Sayaka had made up her mind to confess the sin that was weighing heavily on her heart, but Leon seemed not to hear the later half of her remark. Oh yeah, me and Sayaka sitting in a tree. He ran back to the others, slapped Tafumi and Yasuhiro on their backs and shouted, "Alright everyone, let's ace this exam or whatever and get out of here already. That way I can go have a man crush on Sayaka. How's it a man crush? She's not a man. Unless she is. Maybe. Not really. I don't know. We don't know. Maybe. There's no way I'm gonna let my happy memories of this place get taken away." The Monokuma inside the monitor responded. Fine. Now that things are finally coming to a boil, let's start the graduation exam. So what the fuck is this? Sakura, who had been outside the dormitory, suddenly appeared with some information. The Monokumas in the hallway are acting peculiar. The students all moved to the main building to see what Sakura was talking about. There they saw 15 Monokumas standing in 2 rows along the walls of the hallway, and one standing at the very end of the hall. There was something strange on top of this Monokuma's head. An enlarged version of the escape button that Makoto had obtained from the Mono machine. And as each student took in this sight, an announcement rang throughout the school. If you can press this button, you get to leave. But special rule, you can't have that cheeky sister of mine help, maybe. Because she's OP? Although I guess Sakura's kind of OP too. The me at the end of the hall has a button on top of his head that'll open the main entrance. You'll have 15 seconds to get that button, and if you do, I'll let you have it in place of a diploma. The students seemed surprised by the straightforward explanation. Only Celeste remained calm, and she asked Monokuma with a bored look on her face. Of course, it is not as simple as running up and taking it, is it? Of course not. Celeste, I'm glad that she's at least doing something here, because, again, it was so stupid how she went out in the first game. I was interested in her character, and it was just such a letdown. So, I'm glad that she's the person being all smarticle. Oh, how mean! Do I look like the kind of headmaster that would interfere with his students' graduation? Forget the gunfire salutes. I'm gonna send my graduates off with some fireworks. It just might be flesh and bones fireworks. And it'll be your flesh. And your bones. 100 fireworks to be exact. Enough for 20 seconds of hardcore partying. The more perceptive students immediately realized what he was talking about. The bombs installed inside each Monokuma. Ah. They would explode one after the other, filling the hall with fire as soon as time started. After 15 seconds, the me standing at the back of the hall is going to sacrifice himself to give you guys one final firework. By the way, this probably isn't important, but that button isn't very durable. Boo-hoo-hoo! This graduation exam was Monokuma's way of saying that he had no intention of letting anyone leave. It was clear from the explosion the students saw during the entrance exam that the halls of Hope's Peak Academy would be bathed in fire. Through the fire and the flames we carry on. Even if someone was lucky enough to survive the explosions, the burns in their body alone would be enough to send them into a fatal shock. Yes. Their lungs might be completely incinerated by the scorched air before that. Even if they sacrificed one student to run through, the odds were low that they would even succeed. But there was no reason for every student to run in at once either, and a shadow of despair fell upon their faces. Nice. Very nice. Who said that? Almost want to take a picture. Oh, nice! Very nice! I almost want to take a picture so I can have those faces as a souvenir! Let's see. What's a good way of attempting this? If Byakuya stopped being a douche, maybe he has a plan. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe, Ikasaba could do it. I just hope she doesn't do it and then die. Like, that would be sucky, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd be kind of a... I guess it would honestly be an understandable ending. Like, she dies and lets everybody else escape. It would be kind of a bittersweet ending, but it would be a lot more sweet than, the main ending where, half of the students die. So, more than half. But, if I had to predict anything, I'd predict that's what would happen. But, because hope is hope, and hope boners are hope boners, it might, actually, instead, what would happen might be she plans to sacrifice herself, but then gets saved. Then again, she's already kind of gotten saved, so they might not do that again. But, I don't know. So, I guess that'd be my prediction. As Monokuma laughed from behind the monitor, Sakura stepped forward. I'll do it. I've only seen the explosion once, but I believe I'm capable of withstanding its power. All of theirs powers? All the ones at once? No, shouted Aoi. You can't. Even you couldn't handle 100 of those explosions. Sakura shook her head. I'm the only one who even has a chance. Suddenly, Mondo remembered the motorcycle he parked inside the dormitory and said, Hold up. The motorcycle might be fast enough to go through those explosions. I'll do it. Don't be hasty. urged Sakura. "Even if the motorcycle is unharmed by the explosions, that doesn't mean its rider will be." As Sakura and others continued their debate, one person stepped toward the hallway lined with Monokumas. "Makuro?" "I'll do it." "Makuro!" screamed Makoto weakly. Yeah, just pretend that was a weak scream. Makuro, with her back facing Makoto, turned her head to the side slightly and gave him a small nod. "Please don't tell me she's gonna die. It would make sense in the setting of the story, but I don't want her to die. I want a happy ending where everybody lives." She knew it would come to this. She knew why Monokuma would pose such an impossible exam. Junko is already looking forward to the next Despair game. She's going to erase everyone's memories, including mine. She just wants to torment us and fill us with despair before that happens. Oh, the explosions might be sleeping gas then instead of regular fire. But Makuro knew her sister's personality all too well, and that's why she was confident. She knew that the escape button was real. Whenever Junko brought despair to others, she always made sure there was a possibility that despair would befall her instead. If the students won this gamble and made it through this horrible situation, they would finally escape to the outside world. The outcome would obviously fill Junko with immense despair. In the same way she left a clue in Monokuma's control panel, Junko could not be satisfied unless she took pains to assure her own destruction. It was this quality that made Junko the ultimate despair. That's why Makuro was determined to do it. Despair off. She knew she was the only person who stood a chance of making that outcome possible, even if she had to risk her life. But right now, Makuro wanted to live more than anything. She wanted to hold on to this world, a world she had no interest in previously. She didn't even know if this hesitation she felt was disappointing or not. But she wanted to live and continue searching for a new path. A path where she could abandon her submission to despair, where she could accept the sins of the past and continue to live. Makuro, who was known as the War Machine, found her heart beset by overwhelming fear and anxiety. Until now, it had never occurred to her that determination was necessary to live. As if she was brushing that fear aside, she quietly said, "Thank you, Makoto." Unfortunately, the words she said to the boy who showed her new possibilities never reached his ears. Sakura, however, heard her, and frowned as she said, "If you're planning to sacrifice yourself as an act of penance, I'll stop you with all my power." Considering that Sakura was also a pawn, it's only fair, I guess. Although, she had to have already been a pawn by this part. Because Monokuma said that, yeah, it's good Sayaka did the first kill, otherwise you would have had to. But anyways. Though her words were firm, there was unmistakable affection hiding in them. Both girls had dedicated their lives to battle, and yet Makuro felt a twinge of jealousy towards Sakura for possessing something she lacked. Makuro leaned towards Sakura and whispered in her ear, "What? Are you serious?" As Sakura's frown intensified, Monokuma's voice blared throughout the halls. "Alright, I'm gonna start the exam now!" And of course we're not gonna find out what she said, probably until she dies, if she dies. Or at least till much later. Ready, set, go! There was no time for questions or objections. Objection! Hold it! Take that! Gotcha? The frontmost Monokuma exploded, sending a roaring wave of heat throughout the hall. Alright, time for Kaizo style. I've been watching a Kaizo Mario Let's Play recently, and this kind of reminds me of that. You gotta do the impossible. Although in Kaizo Mario, you just gotta save state right before it, and you can attempt it as many times as you want. You don't really have that luxury here. It's not even a video game. If it was a game and not just a novel, then we could attempt it over and over, even if it's super duper hard and need frame perfect movements. But in this, you only get one chance. So, yeah. But Makuro didn't look away. She began moving, powered by resolute determination. Junko's room. As soon as the graduation exam started, the mastermind focused her control entirely on the Monokuma holding the escape button, and completely synchronized her field of vision with it. She knew what was going to happen next. She could predict what her sister Makuro would do in this exact situation, where she would choose to focus her superhuman skill with weaponry. And so, through Monokuma's eyes, she watched the scene unfold exactly as she predicted. A pointed metal bar burst through the explosions, heading straight for the weak point of the Monokumas holding the escape button. Specifically, it was aiming for the point where the bomb's detonation system and Monokuma's power source overlapped. It flew straight and true, as if it had been fired by a master archer. In order to bring despair to Monokuma, and by extension Junko as well, the super soldier known as Mikuru Kosaba threw the pipe like a spear so it could attack the same weak point she had pierced in the nurse's office. As explosions filled the hallway until only fire remained visible, the spear's speed and precision as it soared to its target defied all human logic. But the mastermind knew. She knew Mikuru had used her power to fill the world with despair. Power was all that disappointing girl had. But that power was useless against Monokuma. The mastermind had predicted that Mikuru would put all her effort into that throw, and Monokuma caught the metal bar perfectly between his hands. Oh no! But backup plan? The force of the throw knocked Monokuma back several yards, but the pointed end of the bar never pierced through his chest. Well, that was disappointing, thought Junko. The mastermind turned to look at a different monitor. She wanted to see the look on Makuro's face when she realized that she failed to strike Monokuma, but instead, she found out that Mikuru predicted that! Get predicted, right? Maybe? Despair of seeing the final Monokuma explode right before her eyes, completely obliterating the escape button. She wanted to sear this memory of her disappointing sister's final moments as her newfound hope sank into a dark pit of despair. On instinct, she turned her attention to the surveillance camera that hadn't been destroyed, but instead of seeing Mikuru and the others, she only saw Sakura, who looked as though she had finished launching an attack? Dun dun dun! Question mark? She only thought it was strange for 1 second, but then the hopelessly powerful mastermind completely understood the situation and shifted her point of view to Monokuma. I didn't understand the situation, what? But because of that single second, Junko would feel just a pang of despair. What happened? 3 seconds left. Amid the smoke, flames, and heat encircling the hallway, it burst through with the speed of a cannon shell. It glared at Monokuma with hot, boiling eyes that betrayed the icy expression on its face. And then, sharply, swiftly, strongly, it transformed into a living weapon that cuts through everything, revealing its true form in that hall of despair? Wait, did Sakura throw Mikuru? Is that what we're getting at here? 2 seconds left. Monokuma, who was still holding the metal bar in his hand, tried to move, but at that exact moment, the living weapon carved a path through the flames and appeared before him. Its body, which had never been wounded on any battlefield, was sustaining all manner of burns and injuries. And even so, it did not falter. The fire in its eyes never flickered once. 1 second left. The living weapon Mikuru slammed her knee into the back of the metal bar Monokuma was holding. The sharp tip of that metal bar pierced through Monokuma like a rail spike, shredding the detonator and its power source into pieces. Time's up. The 100 explosions ceased and smoke blanketed the hallway. Mikuru had dived into Monokuma and the pristine escape button now rested in her hand. She and the other students of Post Peak Academy had passed the graduation exam. It was only a small amount of despair. Monokuma had tasted it in only 3 seconds. First floor hallway. Junko! Mikuru looked down at Monokuma. He could no longer move or self-destruct. When she spoke to him, a static-filled voice emitted from his mouth. It seemed his communication function still worked. Boo-hoo-hoo! I never expected you to do that! He still sounded like Monokuma. It seems his voice modulator was unharmed as well. I must have overestimated you. I never thought you'd need anybody's help on the battlefield. Pfft. When I give the signal, please launch me... Oh. When I give the signal, please launch me forward with a roundhouse kick. Mikuru whispered these words to Sakura just before the explosion started. Okay. After Mikuru threw the metal bar, she jumped into the air at the exact moment Sakura unleashed a roundhouse kick. Right when Sakura's foot made contact with her own, Mikuru used the force generated by her kick to propel herself at Monokuma. Using the ultimate martial artist's superhuman attack like a springboard, she shot herself through the air like an artillery shell. Enduring intense heat, sharpnel, and blood-draining G-force, she stayed conscious as she charged through the hallway, engulfed with explosions and despair. Makuro trusted Junko. She trusted Junko to predict that she'd throw the metal bar and catch it accordingly. Then she'd try to look at her face as the despair sets in. The Junko no Shima she knew would definitely do that. Get predicted! Although Makuro hadn't predicted that her sister would try to kill her with the spears of Gungnir, she had a better understanding of her actions now. As Makuro stared Monokuma in his face, all he could do was laugh scornfully. You put your life in someone else's hands for a deadly battle? I don't know how I feel about that. You'll always be a half-assed disappointment. I guess this time, I'll just say I lost because I didn't see this much disappointment coming. The end. Makuro shook her head at Monokuma. No, you're wrong, Junko. Friendship is good! Huh? If you want to talk about winning or losing, I think we lost before we even started. Makuro's eyes shifted from side to side as if she was unsure of something, and she fidgeted in place as she continued to talk. No matter how much despair they felt, you didn't think they'd kill each other the way they were before. That's why you erased their memories. They aren't like the others you forced in the past. You knew these students would never do it. That's what you believed, isn't it? Ah! Yeah, get outsmarted. It's true. I mean, there is a sadistic irony to realizing that you killed someone that were your friends, but at the same time, being forced to kill someone that you know is your friends and actually going through with it would have, been even kind of crazier. But I guess you could say, yeah, Junko thought they wouldn't do it. Maybe. You could argue she just wanted the sadistic feeling that they would have felt when they found out the truth, but it goes both ways. What are you talking about? So, it's okay, Junko. I'll bring back everyone's memories someday, and I'll show you everyone's happiness, and their bonds. I'll show all that to you, and fill you with even more despair. Makuro nodded after she said that, as if to cheer her sister up. After several seconds of silence, Monokuma responded, You finally beat me this one time, and that lame speech is the best you can do? You're such a disappointment. You never fill me with despair. It's just a constant disappointment. After pouting like a sore loser, Monokuma continued to speak in his usual tone. But you guys will be back. And when that time comes, I'll invite you guys to a wonderful place. I found about this fun island while I was running things here. Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! Monokuma's laughter filled the room before the static finally cut out, and his remains fell silent. He wouldn't be talking again anytime soon. The mastermind was already preparing a new despair to bring to the world and to the students of Post B Academy, Junko included. In the end, the mastermind stayed in her Monokuma persona until the very end, and Junko no Shima never showed her face again. It was as if she resented the despair Makuro had given her. That thought almost filled Makuro with despair. But when she heard her classmates calling for her, she sealed the despair in the depths of her heart. From now on, she would seal away all her despair. And one day, when she can give Junko the perfect despair, she'll unleash all the despair she stored and plunge with her sister into a dark abyss. Won't leave my sister alone. In the end, that was the... Wait. I won't leave my sister alone. In the end, that was the first hope the disappointing older sister had felt since she was a child. Several hours later, main entrance. Oh, okay. Makuro, are you really going out wearing that wig? This is kind of lazy, not giving us a real sprite for Makuro. Because I'm pretty sure we got this exact same shot in Danganronpa 1. When you get the, it might be a little different, but you do get a shot like this in Danganronpa 1. The hardest thing to get in the Monokuma machine, if you get the escape button, you get a cutscene of them escaping. So maybe it's implied that they went through Danganronpa if and got to this point. Maybe that was the whole idea behind this. But maybe this is just to make it go full circle, but it seems a bit lazy. After receiving a blood transfusion of the correct blood type, Makoto was beginning to show signs of recovery. Makuro, holding her wig to disguise herself as Junko Noshima, nodded. If I live as Junko, I might be able to understand her better. Despite that, Makuro's voice still sounded like her own, as if she hadn't fully decided. And I've made up my mind. While I'm out there, I've decided I'll accept everyone's hatred toward me, and toward Junko. I can't die until I've destroyed all the despair that Junko has spread. That's a fun resolve. The damage that ultimate despair inflicted upon the world could not be measured in terms of money, culture, or even human life. Television broadcasts had already begun informing people that Junko Enoshima and Mikuro Ikusawa were the heart of ultimate despair. Among the survivors in the outside world, there are still people who hadn't been tainted by despair yet. Regardless of the fact that she released Makoto and the others, to these survivors, she was nothing more than the reason the world ended. And to the terrorists wearing Monokuma masks who continued to ravage the world, Makuro was nothing but a traitor. She was now in the hopeless situation of being enemies with most of humanity. But Makuro wasn't making a big deal out of it. I'm going to try not to kill anyone who comes after me for revenge. Wouldn't it be safer to just turn yourself in? Wondered Yasuhiro. Well, you might just get executed instead. But you could live to be an old lady if your trial keeps getting pushed back. Wait, who's saying this? Makuro slowly shook her head at Yasuhiro. Oh, okay, Yasuhiro said that. You might just get executed instead, but you could live to be an old lady if your trial keeps getting pushed back. Ain't that the truth? Unless we're using Ace Attorney logic, in which case, nope. Laws, justice, these things no longer exist. Is it really that bad out there? Maybe we should just stay in here. Byakuya glared at Yasuhiro with contempt. Ignorant idiot should just shut up. Your fate won't change whether you stay in here or not. Though he was shocked to learn that the Tagami Corporation had been destroyed, Byakuya continued to remain firm and proud even toward Makuro. You are a rare asset, continued Byakuya, so I will let you live for now. Depending on your actions, I may consider forgiving your crimes after I've built a new world. Only a Tagami would boast that they're capable of forgiving the crime of ending the world. You don't need to do that. I don't plan on just surviving. After turning away from Byakuya, Makuro looked at the other students. Everyone was reacting their own way. Kyoko had a look of quiet preparation. Toku, having just changed back from genocider Jill, was panicked and confused. Makuro looked back on the 2 years she spent with them, then turned to Makoto, who shared the same memories as her, and gave him the escape button. Makoto, you press it. Huh? Me? I think it's better if you press it instead of me. As she watched Makoto accept the button with some hesitation, Makuro thought about what Monokuma had said. You guys will be back. Makuro knew that Monokuma was telling the truth. After all, the file the students needed to fully restore their lost memories remained hidden in the academy. The research notes of Yasuke Matsuda, the ultimate neurologist. His research is the key to restoring everyone's memories. Holy shit. So is this because is this something going back to Zero? If not, then maybe it's prequel to Danganronpa 3. Maybe this is the true ending. And maybe Danganronpa 3 follows the plot of Danganronpa If. That'd be cool. I like that. I don't know. Oh wait, that means Junko would be the villain again. Shit. Even if the students no longer have their memories, they may be able to repeat the bonds they had built amongst themselves over the past 2 years. But as long as their memories remain unrestored, Mastermind could still repeat her deadly plan. Although the island mentioned earlier sounded strange, the students could not turn their backs on the despair facing them. Then let's go. Makoto remembered everything that was happening in the outside world. The boy who had chosen to remain inside the academy 2 years ago was now choosing to leave. How much did he struggle to come to that decision? But he was determined to face the despair waiting him outside, and hid his internal conflict from the others. To be fair though, now the inside is arguably worse than the outside, so it's not that hard of a decision to say, okay, let's get out. I mean, yeah. By protecting Makoto's hope, Makuro would bring despair to her beloved sister. But she no longer knew if the end result of her goal would lead to hope or despair. She pulled the wig over her head and hid her face with her hands. Was she smiling because hope was waiting for her? Or was she crying because her path would lead to despair? When she lowered her hands, her face was devoid of all emotion. Makuro no longer knew what expression she would wear on her face. At the same time, Makoto pressed the escape button. A siren began to wail as the turrets retracted into the ceiling. From beyond the heavy door, a bright light appeared. An infinite number of ifs. Oh, okay, here we go. So we're getting to the bookend. An infinite number of ifs, and all the possibilities contained therein encased the world. Accepting everything, hope, despair, and even the feelings of that disappointing girl, Mikuro Ikusawa. Yep, I'm pretty sure this exact scene plays out in Danganronpa 1 when you use the escape button. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what happens. Which is probably the reason they had to have Mikuro get back in the Junko wig. Because they wanted to repeat the scene and show that Danganronpa 1, that escape button scene, is this exact scene. I guess that's it. So if I went finish... Oh, that's what it does. That's finish? I've been pressing circle to get out. Okay. So, it's in my extras now, right? Movie gallery? The exact same movie that was in the first game? Yeah, Goodbye Despair, everyone knew. Okay, so shouldn't I have all of this stuff? I didn't get a trophy for it. Maybe I need to actually buy everything. But I'm not gonna do that on screen. In fact, I'm not doing anything else on screen. I'm done! The game is over! I finished it! I'm done with Danganronpa 2! I'm done with Zero Escape! I have to still fucking edit them. But I've kind of made a decision about that. I'm gonna start editing Danganronpa 2. And then while I'm in the process, I'm gonna start recording AI 2. And then I'll be uploading AI 2 along with Danganronpa 2. And I'll probably finish AI 2 before I finish uploading Danganronpa 2, as funny as that is. The main reason I'm gonna do that, probably, is because I don't want to chase myself for a long time. Like, if I chase myself, I mean, I don't want to chase my recordings. Like, in the time it takes me to edit and upload Danganronpa 2 and Zero Escape, I might have by then, if I was actually recording. Like, I don't want to not record at all during that time. I want to record, but during that time, I might have recorded all of AI2, all of Dual Destinies or something, and then maybe all of a short other Let's Play. It's possible, and then I'll have to edit all those, and during that, I'd be recording something else. So I'd much rather just catch up the long way. Like, I think of it like Funimation's, what is it called? Funimation's broadcast dubs. You see, they're putting out a lot of dubs right now. More than they have in the past, because not only are they dubbing old stuff from like 2013, 2014, they're also dubbing the new dubs coming out right now. The new shows, I mean, not the new dubs. They're dubbing the new dubs, yes. However, eventually, they're going to run out of old shows, for the most part. They might have a few here and there that they didn't dub in broadcast dubs. But all the stuff they broadcast dubbed, they're not going to need to go back and dub. I mean, they will touch it up probably, but they're not going to have to do a full dub for it. So, eventually they're gonna start being almost exclusively broadcast dubs. Almost exclusively, not entirely, but for the most part, which is kind of the same kind of thing that brought on this idea I had. I'm gonna upload the old and the new. While I'm recording AI2, I'm gonna upload it. So I'll be uploading AI2 while I play it, but I'll be uploading this at the same time, this super old thing. So that's the idea. And eventually, I'll upload all of this and all of Zero Escape, and yeah, and then I'll just have the new stuff. So that's the plan. Of course, I'm telling you this now, but you're probably hearing this. You've probably already seen the entirety of AI2. I might have even started Dual Destinies in my uploads. I don't know. I can't predict the future. But, yeah. So this has been a game. Danganronpa If. It was a bit disappointing. Yeah. It was a lot more... Okay. True story. I liked it a lot. I think it was... The ending, especially. If we're just talking about endings, this game's ending was shat. If's ending was really enjoyable. I really like the idea of everybody getting out. I would like to see what happens after that. Just because, I don't know, I'm a sucker for alternate timelines and, you know, getting to see everybody live. And it's kind of cool how in Danganronpa 1 that was a thing. The escape button was a real thing. And now they have this following it up. I mean, if they don't decide to follow up on this, if this is just... This is where that story ends. That's a shame, but... Yeah, the most disappointing thing about that was it was a bit too Mikuro-centric. I liked it, but I would have liked a bit more in characters like Celeste and even Sayaka, like characters that we got very little of in the first game. Or at least we got bad conclusions, like with Celeste. But I'd say all in all, for what it did cover, I'd say it did it really well. I would have liked to actually see some of it, but what are you gonna do? So yeah. Oh my god, though, I'm so excited for the Zero Escape 3 thing. I think an announcement about that's supposed to be coming out soon. I mean, unless the creator is trolling us. But there's that countdown, and it looks like in Zero Escape style. Oh my gosh. Of course, I'm telling you this. I haven't even started uploading Zero Escape yet. Or no, have I? Wait. Am I going to upload the extras of this before or after Zero Escape? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I know I recorded these extras after Zero Escape. I don't know if I'm going to upload them before or after. If I do upload them after, then I'll probably freaking played all of Dual Destiny by now, along with all of some other Let's Play. I've been really... hell, maybe I've already... No, that's impossible. I was about to say, maybe I've already played the new Zero Escape. No, that's not going to happen. Because I'm not going to play the new Zero Escape until I've uploaded the old Zero Escape. So even if this is being uploaded before Zero Escape gets uploaded, then it would be funnier, so maybe I should do it that way. No, I won't, because I talked a bit about Zero Escape in this Let's Play, near the end. I didn't spoil anything major, I feel, but I did compare them a bit, so I'll probably upload this after the fact, in which case, holy shit, you've probably seen all of AI 2, all of Dual Destinies, all of some third Let's Play, and I might have started a fourth Let's Play, because these two are long. Danganronpa 2 and Zero Escape, they took a long fucking time. Like, I've got freaking 80 freaking recording sessions for... No, 90. 80 or 90 recording sessions for Danganronpa 2. And some of them are about half an hour. Those would be like one video. Some of them, I got to the, like, some of them are like over an hour long. And it's like, holy shit, how many videos is this gonna be? And then Zero Escape also has like 60 or 70 sessions. Every single one of them is over an hour long. Granted, there's some stuff I have to cut out of each Let's Play. But still, these are gonna be long fucking Let's Plays. That's why I don't want to chase myself, because of how long these are. Eventually, I'll upload them all, I'll run out of old stuff, but that's in the future. Actually, it might be in the past when you're watching this, because if I did upload Zero Escape before I'm uploading this, then this is it! This is all the old stuff, guys! No more! It's all new stuff now for you. So I'll see you in the next Let's Play, which for me is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, but for you, it's probably, I don't know, Fire Emblem Fates? I don't know, I kinda wanna play that game, maybe that's what I'll be doing at that point. I have no clue. See you then! Oh wait, I forgot! I don't have an outro phrase! Now see you then!